So you're thinking about moving to Minnesota, but you want to know what's it really like? Not the cliche 10,000 lakes, the postcard thing, but what's it really like? So that's what we're going to cover today is the real Minnesota. And hopefully you decide this is for you, or if it's not, that's fine as well.
Yeah, we're Annie and Julie from the Twin Cities Move Smart team. We're going to go through what people love, what people hate, and what really makes them stick around. So we're going to start here because everybody asks, what's the cold really like? And we're going to be honest with you about it. It's not just that it's cold, it's also the duration because winter is long here.
So you can expect snow once in a while will fall in late October. We always talk about the snowfall in 1991, the Halloween storm. It was real, tons of snow. Typically not the case, not massive dumps of snow in October, but November, yes, it can go all the way until April-ish, depending, and that isn't always the case, but you can kind of see it's a span.
It seems like we more often than not do get a big snowfall in April, but it usually melts really fast, so that's the good news.
So the temps are real. So it doesn't get extreme cold typically until about January, February, where we hit the worst kind of temps. We're talking regular non-wind, wind chill. You'll get used to that term if you live here, wind chill. So that means take your temperature, 5 below, add the wind, now you're at 25, 30 below. That real? It's real.
It is real.
Is it cold? It's cold. And we cancel school in Minnesota because of the extreme lows because kids have to go to bus stops. So that is definitely something you need to consider.
Yeah. It's kind of a highlight. Kids love it. We get to watch, how cold is it going to get? It doesn't happen all the time. That is a little bit more rare, the cancellation of schools for the cold. But,
right.
But it does happen, and when it does, everybody is excited.
Yeah. Except we can't do anything because it's too cold.
Yes. Okay. This is what surprises people. Minnesota handles winter really well. We have the Skyway system for Minneapolis and St. Paul, and then we also plow really fast. So when the snow does come, the plows are out there right away. They are getting ahead of it. So it doesn't shut down here like it does. If you're from the south and you're used to when you get 1 to 2 inches rarely and then everything shuts down, that's not what happens here. We just keep going.
And also, we don't just survive in winter, although sometimes we say that, but really we decide to, hey, make the best of it. So we have all these activities throughout the wintertime. Ice castles, carnivals, we have ice fishing, we have outdoor hockey tournaments, we have all the things, sledding, tubing.
Cross-country skiing, downhill skiing.
Yeah, so, I mean, snowmobiling, if you've never done it.
Broom ball, I don't think I've ever done broom ball, but that's a thing too.
It is. And then curling, which became obviously very popular again. So that's an indoor, but I'm sure they do it outdoor places. But we have a lot of things to do in Minnesota, not just survive, but to really thrive in this state.
Yeah, so you just have to find something that you can do. I personally just get out and walk every day, just try to do a 20-minute walk just to get outside, just to get some of that sunlight. So you do feel like, okay, I'm not only indoors. So you just have to find what it is that works for you, but do intend to be intentional and find something so you can get outside so you don't feel like you're not getting out at all for those winter months. So the question isn't, is it cold? It is cold. It's more, can you deal with it and can you embrace it? Because that is what you have to do to really love Minnesota.
But we're going to transition into I'm going to throw in spring too. Our springs are magnificent. Our summers are outstanding. And because we earned it, we get to really enjoy our summers. So once it becomes summertime, the temps can get up into the 90s. It gets a little humid at times, but we get out. Minnesota knows how to do it right between lakes, pools, cabins. We know how to do it right when the weather gets nice here in Minnesota.
Yeah, the humidity is maybe higher in July. Typically, we call it the dog days of summer. We have a higher humidity in July, but typically our summer it's really nice. We just have a beautiful spring and summer. So it is funny. If you're from a different state, you might not get the mentality where Minnesota, we are going to get out and enjoy it. Everybody gets outside as soon as it gets nice out because we know what's coming and it's not going to last forever.
So the cabin culture, isn't that a funny word? Cabin culture here is real. You'll find a lot of people have the cabins. We also joke, like, well, you can find out who's not at their cabin because they're around the Twin Cities during summertime. But it's a real thing. It's amazing. Up north, meaning northern part of Minnesota, as far as the boundary waters and the border of Canada, but it's absolutely beautiful. So if you don't have a cabin, because you're moving here, you probably don't. Find someone who does, or we'll help you buy one.
Make friends, yeah.
Because the cabin culture is a real thing, and you hear the word up north a lot. That just means northern Minnesota.
Yeah, and they can be pretty affordable as well. We're the land of 10,000 lakes. Minnesota is famous for that, so we do have a lot of lakes. And the further north you go, the cleaner the lakes are. So that is a highlight of the cabin culture as well, and why people love to go a little further north. And the next thing we want to talk about is the state fair. It's really popular in Minnesota. Other states may not have as great of a state fair, but ours is really good. It draws around 2 million people that come every single year to the state fair, and everybody looks forward to it. So Sweet Martha's cookies is one of the highlights. You get a bucket of cookies. They're fresh. They're amazing. You can't go there and not get the cookies. Cheese curds. It's an amazing food scene, along with a lot of different arts and other culture as well. So a lot of different options to go. So everybody takes advantage of that. It's 12 days, and people really do look forward to it here.
Yep. And just kind of wrap this all into a nice little bow. So Minnesota, summer, we earned it. We enjoy it. we speak so lovingly about it when it's not here. But patios are packed. So if you want to go enjoy a patio, which most people, unless you hate sun or you can't be around it for whatever reason, patios are packed. The lakes are packed. We love it. We really squeeze it all in that 100-ish days of summer. We take advantage of it. You'll see what we're talking about if you move here. We hope you do, consider it, because you're going to be amazed and actually very happy you made the decision. If not, we've maybe scared you away, but hey, that's our job, is to give you all the sides of it and let you decide.
Let's talk about the people. There's a phrase that Minnesota nice is definitely something that Minnesota is known for, but it's a little bit more complicated than that.
So we're talking winter first. So you're going to have the times you get stuck in a snowbank.
But here's the nuance. Minnesota is known for being Minnesota nice, but sometimes where it can be a little bit reserved. It may take a little longer than other areas to truly get those deep friendships and be connected. It does take time and intentionality, I would say.
Yeah, and honestly, people give you directions anywhere if you ask for it. But also, they aren't going to give you directions to their house, because that goes along with it. They are going to hold off a little bit, because it's like any other place. You got to get to know who the people are, and they got to get to know you before it moves beyond just the Minnesota nice kind of stuff, waving through the intersections and whatnot.
Yeah, a lot of people are actually born here and may have connections from childhood and family here. So it may just take a little bit more extra effort on your part to get to know people. And then once you do, people truly are. They will do all those things, like Andy said. They will help you out of the snowbank and whatever it is that you need. They will go that extra mile for you. It just takes time, though, to build that strong connection.
On the flip side, Minnesota people are very loyal once you're in, we'll call it. And don't let that worry you. It's like anywhere else. I mean, we're just telling you our culture here. Some places are like right away you're in, but we're just a little more apprehensive. We're nice on the surface to get to know us. Then like, okay, we can trust you. But once you're in, you're in. They'll, bring hot dishes, casseroles, as we like to say, hot dishes, over when you're sick. They'll put your garbage can out when you're out of town, and they'll bring it back in after the garbage is picked up. They do those nice little things that don't seem like a big deal, but really are a big deal. So in the end, is it going to take a little bit? Could be, but once you're in, you're in.
Yeah, you just have to find your place where you fit and get connected and plugged in. So let's talk money. Minnesota is not the most expensive, but it's also not the cheapest.
And overall, in the entire state of Minnesota, the median sales price is $340,000. Now, keep in mind, really small towns could be much less than that. The Twin Cities suburban area, that sometimes isn't going to get you a whole lot depending on where you're living, but it, again, isn't the cheapest, but also isn't the most expensive as far as the U.S. goes.
For comparison, if you're moving from New York, California, you might think, oh my goodness, Minnesota is really affordable, and you'll be very pleasantly surprised. If you're moving from the Dakotas, from Iowa, it might be a little bit more of a sticker shock to you.
And rent, if that's the route you go first before you buy a home, because you're trying to figure it out, $1,400 to $1,800 for a one-bedroom apartment, for instance. So, I mean, depending where you're coming from, that may be very reasonable or very expensive. As far as grocery goes, I think we're probably about the middle of the road-ish.
It's not Hawaii.
Right. And other expenses, too, as far as gas goes, we're kind of in the middle of that. I will say, though, Tax-wise, as far as income tax, we're a little bit on the higher side, especially if you're a higher income earner. But with those things we talked about in other videos, you get the nicer infrastructure, the roads and all the other things you would like to have in schools. You do pay for that as far as even property taxes, but in the end, you're getting a lot more for that as well.
Yeah, we do hear that all the time from people that are moving from out of state, that they just appreciate all the amenities that we have here in Minnesota, because it truly is a nice place to live for what you're paying for. You do get a lot of the benefits. The trade-off is here because Minnesota does consistently rank high for all the different amenities between schools and healthcare and all the different public offerings that are available. We have the Mayo Clinic here. We also have eco labs. We have different research available as well, with the U of M being located here as well and doing a lot of medical research. So that definitely does draw a lot of people to our state. Mayo is about, depending on where you're at, from Minneapolis, probably about 90 minutes from Minneapolis to get to the Mayo Clinic, which people worldwide come to the Mayo Clinic for healthcare because it has such a strong reputation for advanced healthcare. So it is really nice having that facility so close, especially if you have health concerns specifically, you have that access available to you as well. So a lot of trade-offs that do come with some higher benefits as well.
And the job market here in Minnesota, and particularly the Twin Cities, is very strong. So during any type of economic turbulence where there's some unsteadiness, another one picks up or keeps the ball rolling, so to speak. So it's always had a very strong lower unemployment because we have a lot of great companies here and corporations that employ and pay a really good wage. So people do enjoy living here, but also working here for that reason.
Yeah, so if you're moving here and trying to relocate and find a job, there's healthcare, there's tech, there's corporate, there's a lot of different options. So you'll be able to find a job there.
Absolutely. All right, a quick thing that no one tells you about. We're going to cover some of those things now, so stick around for this because this could be one of those things that you're out on.
Yeah, this one might shock you. The mosquitoes here, it's called our state bird for a reason. So they really do.
It's really not, but it should be.
Yes, it's actually the loon, but feels like the state bird is the mosquito. So do have bug spray available. I would say for the Twin Cities, a lot of the cities actually do spray. So they're not as bad as some areas. If you're a little bit closer to a lake or further out in the country, you'll definitely notice a difference. So depending on where you're at, but you may want some good bug spray to survive the mosquitoes here. Actually, screened-in porches are pretty big here as well, just for that reason as well.
Up north, though, they don't do any of that because it's, we're enjoying the beauty. They don't do a lot of spraying up there. So if you're up north, you will notice a massive difference in mosquitoes from the Twin Cities to northern Minnesota. So beauty, mosquitoes, which one's out going to weigh it? The beauty always wins, but it's going to be prepare for it. That's all we're going to say. The next thing, and this is something that I think there's a thing called SAD, seasonal affect disorder, which is what we're talking about next, which is gray skies. Winter. I mean, we do get sun, and I don't care if it's 20 degrees outside or even 10. If we get the bright sun out, it's amazing. We're happy. I think we can all understand why. But we do have the gray here, and sometimes we go through a stretch of be several days at least with it's just gray skies because it's Minnesota and it's cold. So that's something you do have to realize, and there are ways to fix that. There's these lights you can buy to give you that sun that you need, or artificial sun, we'll call it. Finding activities to help you stay active so you don't get stuck in those winter blues, we call it. But you just have to find things, as we talked about before, to get you active and moving, get you around people to make you not feel so blue.
Yeah, even just that little bit of getting outside, doing a short walk or something just to get some of that sunlight can be helpful. So there are options, like Andy said. Another thing that people might not be aware of is passive-aggressive driving. So that's something, being that Minnesota nice, that sometimes we're passive-aggressive drivers where we might be inching forward in an intersection or maybe allowing somebody to go when they really shouldn't be going. It could be impeding the flow of traffic. So you do see some of that here. It's not maybe as aggressive as some of the other metro areas in the country. So just something to be aware of, passive-aggressive driving.
It's true.
It is true.
Okay, number 4 is weather obsessive. And I don't know if it's just us, but I think we feel
it is. We do here, I think Minnesotans talk about weather more than anybody else.
Yeah, well, I guess it's relative where you live, but we do because we have such swings in weather. We don't get the California, Southern California 70s almost year round, whatever. We have swings. We get 30 below and we have 95 in the summer. So do we check it regularly, sometimes hourly? Of course we do. Anytime, especially if we have something planned, is this going to rain us out? Are we going to get snowed in? Can we get to our flight that could be canceled or delayed? So are we weather obsessive? Yeah. And thankfully, we have the ability to check that now because we have the technology and apps to check it to see what the weather's doing. Where before I had to turn on the radio or the TV and hopefully it told you before you had to go somewhere. But something to keep in mind, we do talk about the weather a lot.
It's great small talk. You can talk to anybody in the elevator or wherever you might be, the grocery line. Great chance to talk about the weather. So you always have something to talk about because it's a commonality for sure.
I think it's better than sports teams, which you'll find out too, we have a lot of bad luck with that. So the weather seems to be a lot maybe better topic to talk about because people don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to touch on that later. We have not talked about the Vikings and our track record.
There's some things. But anyway, we'll digress on that for now. But yes. Weather obsessed, yes.
Yeah. So is Minnesota right for you?
So as we've discussed, hey, we have a wonderful booming as far as economy goes with jobs. Our unemployment definitely is lower. We have awesome park systems, our health care. We just have a lot of great, wonderful things, at least in our opinion, of Minnesota that is something that could appeal to you.
Yeah, absolutely. So like our great schools, our great healthcare options, we also have a wide range of neighborhoods that could fit any budget. So there really Minnesota could be a great fit for you depending on where you're at.
And as far as outdoor goes, I mean, when the weather's nice, we have boating, we have hiking. You can hike in the winter too, but most likely in the summertime, like I said, the water sports, even paddleboarding and canoeing and swimming and tubing, and we could go on and on. I mean, and it's year round. We have so many activities year round.
So where Minnesota may not be right for you, if you can't handle the cold, this is not your state. That's something that you are going to have to deal with. If public transportation is an absolute must for you, it's not going to be the same as maybe New York or Chicago, but we do have walkability, but it's not exactly the same feel as those major metro areas. And if the income tax or the property taxes is a major concern for you as well, this could be a deal breaker for you too.
And as far as cost of living, it's a little bit higher comparatively in other Midwest parts of the Midwest, I should say. But still, for a lot of people, this is a great place to live as far as the cost of living and cost of goods. But for some, it may not be the right fit because they come from a smaller area and they come here and it's a lot more than they expected.
Yeah, but we do love it here. We genuinely do love Minnesota. So when we do find that a lot of our people that are transplants here do find all the things to love that we also love as well. Mm-hmm. Well, that's the honest truth about living in Minnesota. So hopefully you got some great points from this.
And again, if you're thinking about moving to Minnesota, please drop us a comment. Let us know if you are so we can connect with you. There's a link you can click on to have a meeting with us. But we really do want to know if this is for you, great. If it's not, we understand. At least you checked it out beforehand and got a little more information from us.
So do be sure to like and subscribe and comment because we'd love to hear your thoughts about what you liked or didn't like about Minneapolis. And if there's other communities as well, we do different community tours every single week. So be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one.